आपकी बस जाने में केवल 5 मिनट का टाइम बाकी है। आपका बच्चा अंग्रेजी में फेल हो जाता है, कम नंबर पाता है, उसको अंग्रेजी सिखाने के लिए ले आए हैं मुझे आसान तरीका। इस पुस्तिका में कविता के माध्यम से आसानी से अंग्रेजी सिखाने का तरीका बताया गया है। गन है बंदूक, बक्सा है संदूक, फादर पिता है, मदर है माता, रिलेशन माने रिश्ता नाता। बाहर जाएंगे तो इस किताब पे थी मत, 2.5 रुपया 2.5 रुपया 2.5 रुपया, लेकिन कंपनी के प्रचार के वास्ते हम ले आए 75 पैसा 75 पैसा 75 पैसा। जिस भाई को चाहिए आवाज दे के मांग ले, मांगने का कोई कीमत कोई पैसा नहीं।
So I found it really exciting. I said advertising is the place to be, so I decided to go to NID. People started asking me कि डिजाइन क्या करेगा, होर्डिंग बनाएगा या साड़ियों के डिजाइन बनाएगा, what is graphic design? Anyway, I somehow decided to go to National Institute of Design. वहाँ से निकलने के बाद हमने कहा अहमदाबाद चलते हैं। तो हमारी यात्रा शुरू हुई आगरा से अहमदाबाद तक, और पूरा आगरा मुझे छोड़ने आया था, बिल्कुल इस तरह से, इन अ अनरिजर्व्ड ट्रेन फ्रॉम आगरा फोर्ट टू अहमदाबाद। उसके बाद आए न्यू दिल्ली, आई जॉइंड लिंटेस। नाउ दैट्स वेयर माय एडवर्टाइजिंग करियर स्टार्टेड। Now I'll take you through some of the work that I did and what were the specific lessons that kind of came out of it. In between, I joined this agency called Mudra. I mean, now it's a big agency, but that time it was a kind of small office in Delhi. And we had this big pitch coming up for Binny's chips. And I remember we had already created the campaign, and 3 days before the pitch, we decided that the campaign that's there, let's kind of test it out. So we had a kind of a research group with little children, and we said, what do you think of this line? We are telling these little 5-6-year-olds. Looking for fun, beneath the one. I mean, very, very bad line, but we thought it was good. So these kids are staring at it like that. You don't like it? Looking for fun, beneath the one. These are Binny's chips, you know. So anyway, there was this cute little Sikh there with a little pagdi, and I asked him, I said, आप chips खाते हो? He said, मैं बहुत खाता हूँ. तो आप chips खरीदते कैसे हो? Because everybody's expression was deadpan, nobody was responding to the line, and we got really worried. 3 days later was the pitch. So he says, मैं अपने पिताजी के साथ जाता हूँ, डैडी के साथ शाम को, और मैं उनसे पैसे ले लेता हूँ। So I said, वो नहीं खरीदते हैं, तुम खरीदते हो? सर क्या, मैं पैसे लेता हूँ और मैं शॉपकीपर के पास जाता हूँ और बोलता हूँ मुझे वो वाला दे दे। With that, you know, emphasis and confidence and aggression. So I said, wow, you know. I said, how do you ask it? You go alone? So he said, yeah, I go alone. और मैं शॉपकीपर को बोलता हूँ, ये लो पैसे और मुझे वाला चिप्स चाहिए। So during that time, there was this film in which I've forgotten the name of the film, but the song was Julie Julie Johnny का दिल तुझ पे आया Julie. This is one Mithun Chakravarti film. So somehow the way he put that line and the song got stuck in my head. And by the time we returned to office, I'd written one jingle. And then we jumped that campaign and did this new campaign. And the lesson that I learned from that is there's always a better way. So this was, the line that I wrote was, Humko Binny's Mangta. And this was the film. It's a bad print, but I'll show it to you. This kind of became at that point in time, quite a cult line, you know. People are asking, Humko Binny's Mangta. So take a look at the film.
हमको बिनीज मांगता, नया नया ये चिप बिनीज, इसकी है हर बात नहीं,
यही तो मेरी जान है, जान है, जान है। बिनीज चिप्स बहुत ये प्यारा, टेस्टी और करारा।
हमको ये नहीं मांगता, हमको वो नहीं मांगता, हमको और कोई चिप्स नहीं मांगता।
तो क्या मांगता? बिनीज।
Binny's extra crisp potato chips.
हमको बिनीज मांगता।
Yeah, So that girl in the end who says हमको beanies मांगता is a direct reflection of how I had seen that little child do it, you know. And so, and I think we should be daring enough, and especially in turbulent times, to be ready to junk what you're, because what happens is you come up with an idea and you become very close to it because it's your baby. But when it comes to work, when it comes to, you should be ruthless enough to say that no, it's not working. Yeah, let me think of a better idea. And life brings you many roles, you know, as happens in everybody's life. I used to do a lot of theater in Delhi and in NID when I was studying. And I had gone to this party, and this very daunting, overwhelming person called Colonel Kapoor was there. And I was introduced to him, and he says, he was an uncle of a friend of mine, some distant relative. So she introduced me and all that. So, oh, you do theater, right? So I said, yeah, a bit, Colonel Kapoor. Oh, I'm doing a serial. Will you act in it? So I said, yeah, why not? What is the serial about? Well, it's about Fauji life, few commandos. And I've casted most of the commandos, but there's one role remaining who I want to give it to somebody intelligent. I just wanted to sell that role to me, because when I found out after doing the serial, it was not such a big role. You know, but the point was that I took up that role, and in that same, so this serial was called Fauji, and in this Fauji, there was one more guy who was kind of debuting with me. I've kind of forgotten his name, you know, that he's doing some Dawn 2 also now, you know. So,
पीटर, तेरी आंखें क्यों लाल हो रही हैं आज?
लगता है रात को सोया नहीं ठीक तरह।
That's me.
Thanks, Peter. Cheer up.
हाँ यार, ऐसे उदास होने से कुछ नहीं होगा। हम फौजी हैं, फौजी।
He's right, यार। पीटर को कोर्स से निकाल दिया। It's a sad thing, but we've got to face it.
पर उसको भेजना तो अनफेयर ही था।
फेयर था या अनफेयर? गलती तो हुई है ना उससे।
अरे बारूद के साथ दोस्ती, जंगल के साथ दोस्ती, खाई के साथ दोस्ती, क्या हमारे असली दोस्त मर गए?
अरे वो तुम्हारे असली दोस्त था, लड़ाई के मैदान में काम नहीं आएंगे। लड़ाई के मैदान में ये बारूद, खाई, जंगल, ये सब तुम्हारे दोस्त बनेंगे और काम आएंगे।
कि वरुण हमारे बीच में नहीं है। हाँ यार। चल छोड़ यार, सिगरेट पिला।
सिगरेट? तेरी सिगरेट मांगने की आदत नहीं जाएगी कभी, है? सॉरी बॉय, मैंने सिगरेट पीना छोड़ दिया है।